Hey there, my name is Kimberly Inez Mays. For those who don't know me, I demystify technology for small businesses so that they can generate and nurture leads with marketing automation and AI. So, here is what I want to talk about today because I think it's very timely and it's very important. Um, you know how I talk about the importance of being platform agnostic when it comes to your strategy? Well, I have some receipts for you. And I thought of this old Erica Badu song where it's like, I got some food in my bag for you, but not that edible food you eat, but food for thought. And so here's some food for thought, right? There are so many platforms out there. I, as a singular human being, cannot possibly know every single platform that is built for a small and medium sized business. And I have numbers for you because when I say this, people assume that I don't know what I'm talking about because maybe I have not used their obscure platform. I wouldn't say obscure, that's kind of mean, but I haven't used like their particular niche platform or whatever they're using for their business that they absolutely love and rant and rave about. But here's the thing. If you like it, I love it, right? If it's doing what it's supposed to do for your business, I have no problem with it. Rock on. Tell me about it. But don't assume that I'm generally just supposed to know what it is because you love it. Because when I say that there are hundreds of platforms, I'm actually underestimating the numbers. And here's where I'm going to show you some receipts. I'm going to show you some receipts, and keep in mind that the tool I'm using actually doesn't know itself. It's just estimating based on all of the data that it's taken from the internet. Because it's not difficult for a company to come out with a product or service. I've seen this many, many times. Well, it's actually difficult, but it's not impossible, and they do it almost every single day. So let me go back in time and tell you a story. But before I do that, let me just show you the numbers first because I'll show you the numbers and then I'll tell you the story. How's that? So look at my screen. So here's the screen, right? This tool I'm using is called Perplexity AI. And if you're not using Perplexity AI, I want to ask you why you're not using Perplexity AI because I love it. But you know, even if you've never heard of Perplexity AI before, I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm just going to tell you what it is. You can look it up, and if you love it, then that's great. But if you don't, then you don't need to use it. But I am going to show you some numbers from Perplexity AI. So I use Perplexity AI all the time for market research and just researching things in general because what I like about it is that it gives you sources and you can verify and read those sources for yourself and draw your own conclusions. And this avoids AI hallucinations, but I digress. So here I pay for Perplexity AI and I said, how many CRM or all-in-one systems are there in the market? Examples, Keep, High Level, Kajabi, etc. And I asked, I'm looking for the estimated raw number by niche systems versus not niche, estimated raw numbers of email marketing platforms, CRM, scheduling platforms, and learning management systems. I'm asking for all of this because I evangelize and I talk about the whole strategy of how to use these tools to run a business, or actually what you need to be looking for as you select and vet a tool. But I'm not going to evangelize one particular product over the next because here's the thing. Products, they launch and then they sunset. Maybe other things that come out that are better for you that might behoove you to even consider or switching to. Sometimes there's a significant price increase which the business can no longer afford and they have to go somewhere else. There are so many things that go into evangelizing one tool over the next. And I almost got caught up in that trap when I did my automation services back, I think probably in 2020. But I came to realize that not everybody is in the same place and not every system is going to work for everybody. So that's why I have no problem suggesting MailChimp to one person where I would suggest High Level to another person or constant contact to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So here is the answer that I got from Perplexity. So from Perplexity, I got this. So based on the search and the available data, here are the estimates for the number of various business platforms, business software systems on the market. Total CRM and all-in-one business systems. They said about 1,500 to 2,000. That's a lot. That's actually more than I thought. So they said This estimate is derived from the fact that there were 1,535 CRM system providers, businesses in the United States as of 2024, and accounting for international providers and all-in-one systems is not strictly classified as CRM. So here's the thing, like even if they don't call themselves a CRM, it could be something that does email marketing, learning management, it could be something that sells courses, products, whatever have you. So this is not defined to a particular type of software, but software that does the general breadth of things that I talk about. So the nice thing about Perplexity is that you can go back and look at these sources. So if I hover over this one, it's from IBIS World. I used to use IBIS World a lot when I was in grad school getting my MBA because I really liked the reports they put together. It was neatly packaged, very nice industry report. So if they got this from IBIS World, or however you pronounce it, I tend to pay a lot of attention. So then I asked for niche versus non-niche systems. So there are a lot of niche systems out there for plumbers, contractors, lawyers, accountants, hairdressers. You know, there are systems specific to one type of business, and then there are systems that are good for all types of businesses. So I said, give me this number. And they said, while exact numbers are not provided, we can estimate niche systems approximately 500 to 700, and non-niche systems approximately 1,000 to 1,300. And so even they gave me a range because it's literally impossible to know exactly, but it does some inferences based on the data that it's given. Email marketing platform. The raw number of email marketing platforms is about 300 to 400. And I think this is probably a lower estimate, but again, a lot of things that could work as CRM also send out emails. So it's not necessarily one thing or the other. It's how the software advertises itself. But you can see that there's still hundreds. And I'm not going to even go through all these numbers, CRM platforms. Again, another reputable source, email vendor selection. If I click on this, I can read this report. 390. Okay, it's less than 1,000, but it's still 390. So if you're asking a singular human being, hey, have you heard of this platform? There's no way I am going to be able to speak to 390 different platforms. Scheduling platforms, about 100 to 150, right? So that's a lot. Learning management, 700 to 800. And then I did another search, was like, okay, well, let's limit it to small business. And then still kind of gave me around approximately the same numbers. So what's the takeaway around this, right? I'm not here to dazzle you with numbers, but I wanted to give you some receipts that, hey, there's a lot of stuff out there. And I promised you a story, didn't I? So here's the story. When I worked in corporate database marketing, the company that I worked for had multiple platforms, proprietary platforms that these Fortune 1000 companies had invested in. And so the company had one platform, actually they had two platforms at the time, and they decided to sunset a platform, one of the older platforms. And a lot of the clientele weren't really happy about that because they had to then onboard and do the transition to the company's newest platform. And I am not saying the name of the company, I'm not saying the name of the platform because I just don't want to. And that's not really the point of the story. But the point of the story is that my company built a new platform that was not mature yet. So it didn't do like a third of what the old platform used to do. And the things that it did a completely different way. And there were still groans and moans and with these large companies too, like, hey, why do we have to convert? Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to merge data? Why do we have to now lose functionality or change the way we do things, right? So I say a lot to say is that companies at any time can make decisions about their own platforms. They can sunset platforms, they can reintroduce new platforms. And here's the funny thing is the company that I work for, the new platform that they had built, even before it was good, it was winning awards, which I was really, really confused about. But I say all that to say is that these platforms are just going to come and go, come and go, come and go. And so what's not going to come and go is your strategy. And I'm talking about large businesses here, but I'm talking about small businesses too. So if you build all of your stuff in one house, but you don't really know how it works. You have a VA set up for you. You have this person set up for you, and you don't really understand how it's all working. And then that VA goes away. Maybe the platform sunset, or it just does not do what you need it to do. You spend all day trying to figure out a platform, and it's just taking up so much of your time. It might not be the platform for you, and you might need to evaluate your knowledge level and your and your and I guess I wouldn't say your capacity, but you might want to evaluate like, hey, do I really understand what it is that I'm trying to do before investing in a new shiny object? Because the numbers that I've shown you are shiny objects to lots of people, right? Things come out, things launch, things kind of fall flat. And as I get older and as I get more advanced in my business and my career, it's really hard to impress me. It's very difficult to impress me with a particular piece of software or a tool. I have my doubts and my side-eye about literally everything, even the things that I personally love and use. I'm prepared to jump ship tomorrow if they do a massive price increase or decrease in functionality, or if I find something better, because I've been through it all, I've used it all. So I'm here to tell you that, yeah, there's going to be something that you use that I have never heard of, but that doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm talking about, because there are literally hundreds of things popping up. And I hope that the thing that you love stays viable and available to you, because I've seen things that have gone kaput overnight where people have like literally put their entire businesses on, and then it's just changed, or they had a massive price increase and now they're left scrambling for an alternative. So the things that I teach are platform agnostic for that reason. So you understand how to import a list. You understand how to segment a list. You understand how to do a follow-up welcome series or re-engagement series or a landing page or a simple funnel. So no matter what platform you use, these things are available in a lot of platforms that you can use. And if for whatever reason you need to migrate, you have that knowledge so that you can vet software appropriately. So I said a lot, right? So I don't want to come off as harsh, like, all right, whatever you're using might not be good, because it might be good. Like I said, if you like it, I love it. And the thing is I want you to love it. I want you to love it, and I want you to be happy and satisfied no matter what it is that you pick and do. And I have one more thing to say about that, is that if you're still wondering what to use, what to do, what your strategy should be, and you want to just get results and get up and running as fast as possible, that's why I created the Automated Thought Leader Academy. It's a simple academy, a simple program in which we do a platform agnostic based challenge every single month. I teach concepts, and you also have access to my entire learning library so that you can learn things about email marketing, segmentation, automation, funnel building, landing pages, websites, etc., without worrying about breaking the bank or using a particular platform that your coach is telling you to use. You can use whatever it is that you want to use as long as it works for you. And twice a month, you'll have access to me for Q&A sessions. Ask me anything, literally. I'm an open book. And there might be a chance that I don't have all the answers, but you know what? I know where to get the answers for you. All right. So that is all I got to say about that. I hope that you found some of these numbers intriguing and interesting, because I sure did. It's an eye opener for sure. And it's not to be dismissive of anything that you love and want to use, but I just want you to just have those things in mind, that this marketplace is very fluid and rapid, and you need to be able to have knowledge that stands the test of time. Okay, so that's all I got to say about that. All right, I'll speak to you later. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.